Hey, what's up everyone? Morey Croson here, and we have a brand new breakdown for you today. It's going to be on Dan Marino and his quick release and going in depth into how he's able to achieve that quick release. There was a popularized kind of term that he utilized when coming into throw, which is just up and out with the ball, and kind of breaking that down and giving a better explanation of exactly what that means and how you're able to apply it to your own load and release to make it so you're able to get the ball out of your hands a little bit faster. As always, if you like the information, go ahead and click that like button down below. That really helps us out a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you have any questions or recommendations for us, you can go ahead and leave that in the comments down below. We'll go and hop in the video right now. All right, so just like typical when I do these breakdowns, I like to start from, and really going into the release. I like to look into when the ball initially leaves the hand. What we'll do is from the time the ball leaves the hand, there's that kind of upward motion that he's doing, and he still goes back when he's going, obviously, where the ball, he was here, and so you could see that he did go back during the load. It's not just about going up and then going out. You do have to actually load the pec. That's a biomechanical thing that is a necessity that you need to be able to do when throwing. But I do like the concept of trying to keep it a lot more going upwards and then outwards within the throw instead of getting too caught up in bringing the ball back. And a lot of people do get stuck with the ball, back in this area, where if you could just get the ball kind of up and then out, it does make it so you can obviously cut down on your release time. So I do like the concept, but there is part of it that is, I think, a little bit of a misconception where, he just lifts the ball and then goes out and doesn't load the ball back at all. And you can see here with that load that he does, in fact, bring the ball back. And you can see that in terms of his throw, it looks like he ends up getting rid of the ball in about 0.5 seconds from, when he first started. I don't know if this is... about 0.5 seconds in his throw there. On that particular throw, we'll go and look at this one as well. So you can see again, he gets the ball in kind of a neutral position, and then starting the clock here at 95.32. I'm just going to go with regular here. He kind of gets the ball back until 95.49, so just right there is about 0.17 in terms of just that loading process. And then he drives the elbow, gets rid of the ball at about 0.69. So that was about 0.37 in terms of release time, which is pretty good. Overall, that's not the fastest release that we've done. We've seen a lot of guys that are closer into 0.32, 0.33. And, I do think Dan Marino did have a really fast release and was able to get the ball, obviously out of his hands really quickly. But I think that also during the time, there was a lot of people that had a lot more of an inefficient movement pattern when it comes to throwing. And so it really stood out a lot where, he was able to get the ball out a lot faster than a lot of the other quarterbacks that were, in the NFL at that time period, where now, it's a lot more common to see guys that have that really fast release. We have, like Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, and, even Lamar Jackson has a pretty fast overall release. Russell Wilson does as well. So there's a lot of guys that are able to get the ball out of their hands very, very quickly that are currently playing. And, they're comparative to Dan Marino in what his release was. And what's amazing is that you can see here, Dan Marino was doing it in 1984. So some of these guys are, and now is when, people are typically getting the ball out of their hands in about 0.37 seconds. So there's a lot of guys that we get breakdowns of that are in like the upper 0.5s. In terms of, getting the ball out of their hands. And the reason is because they do spend too much time bringing the ball back. We'll go another one here. Looks like he's kind of releasing at 99.09 in terms of the time. Can't really tell when he kind of gets it all the way back. Then he gets it out of his hand at 99.56, which 0.47. Yeah, again, that one, is a little bit longer. 0.47 is a longer period of time before he gets the ball out. It's still, when you're watching it, you can see that it's a very, very quick release. It's not like it's a slow release, but he's just not as, he's somebody that, with his overall load, it's a little bit unique in that he doesn't spend too much time. You can even see it here. He doesn't spend too much time going back at all. He has the ball pretty low, which I think is what impacts it and makes it so there is a little bit more time there, right? And he has the ball also pretty far away from him, right? Because a lot of times we see quarterbacks have the ball a little bit more here and a little bit higher up, so maybe even more to that position, and then they throw from here. But he's a little bit further outside, but then from there, he does just kind of go right up. He does go back a little bit, but he just kind of brings the ball right up and then drives the elbow through, which is why he's able to get the ball out of his hands really, really fast, is there's just not a lot of wasted motion and bringing that ball up. He's just kind of moving that elbow right up and through, which I do like, and I think it's very, very efficient. I just want to give some numbers and give some clarity in terms of, you know, how much time it does take for him to get the ball out. So, you know, in terms of his release, yeah, it is definitely a elite release, but it's not something that it is not currently attainable in the game today. And, you know, also give you a better concept of that up and out, and, you know, make it so you can actually see what that means. Because I get a lot of guys that talk to me about, oh yeah, you know, Dan Marino, he was all up and out, and then you see them go and throw, and, you know, that the up and out makes it so you just can't load the pec correctly. And so seeing Dan Marino here, you can see that he does actually go back with the ball. It's not just up and out. He goes back and he first initially loads, right? He's going back here, going back, and then he drives the ball up and out. And so there is a period of time where he does go back. It's just not near as long as, you know, again, some guys that go and get the ball really stuck back behind your head. So to be efficient, you want to be able to get that elbow involved the best that you can, and you do want to have a quick release overall. And so being able to get the concept of how to load and still how to get that elbow through, and seeing what that up and out looks like with Dan Marino and somebody who really popularized that up and out concept, I think we should really help you guys in being able to better understand how to maximize the efficiency of your release. All right, as always, thanks for watching these videos. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and, you know, leave those in the comments down below. And we have a lot of cool things available within our current programs. We have a 7-day release, or a 7-day free trial. We have a quarterback ebook. We have some videos about how to maximize your release, all down in the description below. And then we also have a link to our 3-month program. Really beneficial, especially if you're not playing right now. I'd really highly recommend you getting in the 3-month program. It really makes a huge difference in terms of really understanding what it is you need to do, and also get you on a program to be able to make consistent improvement within your throw. All right? As always, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.